Okay, I think I think it's Linda Bullinger. Is that right? Linda or is it Wind? I can't tell if that's a W or L. Okay, so yeah, yeah. There's a microphone over here.
Thank you. These out of your way. Okay. Well, good afternoon, I think. Um, I just have a few brief remarks of a more of a personal basis in that I'm pretty appalled with the county's behavior as it relates to the auditor's office, which is kind of independent, but is not being treated like the independent unit that accounts for auditing the county board's expenditures. I believe that Peoria County has a history of one duly elected auditor resigning not too long after she was reelected for many of the same reasons that the current auditor is bringing up. So I have a concern about that. I mean, truly, it is appalling. Also, going back to what the auditor already said, and that Scott Sorrell would dismiss it in terms of 3 or 4 votes as it relates to the referendum. This is America, folks. At least it was. I used to be here, but I went to D.C. for 30 years and came back to retire here. So let me say this about that. What does it say that this county board is so intent on controlling how their expenditures of money are decided upon, why they're decided upon certain things and neglected in certain other areas, in the face of their very people who have voted their will? Now, who the Sam Hill am I to come unrecognized? I'm sure you don't know who I am, but I can say that by the city of Peoria itself, for whom the federal government provided them the monies to select someone in 1973 to come up with the affirmative action program for the city, and that person was me. And I not only did that, I brought the communities together, the 3 black male leaders, together with the Peoria Organization of Women for Equal Rights, the National Organization for Women, united in common cause, if you will, over the sudden dismissal of myself for a bogus reason of I turned in lousy administrative reports. Now, I had a master's degree from Bradley University, so I must have proved somewhere along the lines that I knew what I was doing, and I even pulled the entire city together on an inclusive basis as it relates to minority set-asides, women in the police department, women in the fire department, and the fire captain worked with me very well, as did other leaders of units of the city government. It was the leadership of the city government, like it may be the leadership of the county government, has an agenda that the rest of us are not exactly privy to. Although I must say I do have some suspicions that I think are pretty dead certain. And y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And that's what I'm here to say. Now, you're dealing with someone who is saying this, who, while she was in Washington, D.C., covered our United States
30 seconds.
Congress for the war on poverty. And I learned a lot about dirty tricks. And some of you are engaged in a very dirty trick. And we know it.
Thank you. Lori Saunders.
So I am clocked out, so I am coming as a citizen and born and raised in Peoria. On August 30th, well, first of all, professional respect matters, Scott. On August 30th, I was not given the common decency of being told that my job was changing. I learned it with everyone else. My job has been threatened no less than 3 times in the 4 months that I've worked here. I'm sorry, I'm slightly emotional. My mother sat here, or was it here, for 2 terms. I helped her get here. So this is a little emotional for me. I still, to this day, have gotten no direction from this county administrator or his office telling me what I'm supposed to do, what I'm not supposed to do. I've learned from other employees of the county administration, of the county, on being asking me to do things. If you want my job, take the whole thing. Don't make me do bits and pieces. It's embarrassing, it's frustrating, it's intimidating. I've sent each of you a copy of every email that I've received threatening my job. Please read the email. I've given you a timeline of how things have happened in that office so that you understand that, yes, it is personal. Mr. Fennell, a lifelong firefighter fighting for the community, and you're okay with how this administration treats its people. That is what I'm hearing by all of your silence, not responding to my email. One of your employees, a daughter of this table. That is the silence, that is the agreement that I'm hearing from each of you today. That you're okay with my job being threatened in the way that it has been, and the way that I've been treated in each month that I've been here. This budget is the 4th threat on my job. I've been in this room and witnessed the discussions about things, parts of Jessica's job, and Jessica does ask every month, any questions? Margie's here, I'm here, Brittany is here, every month, ready to answer your questions. I've only been here 3 months, I can't answer a whole lot, but I will do my damnedest and have done my damnedest. Did you know that Jessica's P card is checked no less than 4 times, the 4th time being Nicole, the treasurer, but yet her P card was taken away for not complying with the checks and balances, and you've blindly said okay to that. Did you know that the HR department did not tell Jessica that her employee was retiring until the day that person left, and it was only because Jessica went in and tried to tell those people and said, oh, she's being fired, but now Jessica was accused of firing someone who was retiring. But it was only being told that she's not agreeing to meetings. She takes care of her family. So yeah, there's reason. Ask questions. Then she was not allowed to hire anyone for 4 months. Margie Kowalski work, she did that alone and not have that. And within 1 month, Brittany and I, under Jessica's leadership and Margie's help, we were able to take care of that backlog. And every bill was paid to the best of his ability. I heard him.
We'll need to move to the
So
next person.
if you, those of you who are affiliated
How
with
much longer do
unions,
you-
I suggest that you get with the union. Getting rid of 3 jobs because of 10, come on, man. If we're lagging behind in unemployment, then why put me on the unemployment line? Eliminating the auditor's office and its staff invites fraudulent behavior. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the last I have is Nicholas Cole Hall.